Clarke, I want you to work the floor.
Right, the female buyers from Europe.
Let's use some of that charm I've been hearing so much about. Margo, you'll be with the male buyers.
Okay.
And any questions from the media, I want them directed towards me, all right?
I have a question about the grand finale.
That's handled, Chris.
Not for me, it isn't.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm modeling it, Ridge. I don't even know what the piece is.
See Dad.
He told me to see you. Why do I get the feeling I'm being put off?
Caroline,
Hi.
come on in.
I don't want to interrupt anything.
Oh, we're just breaking up.
Margo, how is your baby?
Oh, thanks for asking. He is doing beautifully.
Well, I hear he's gorgeous.
Thank you.
You all ready for the big show?
Oh, we couldn't be more ready.
Well, speaking of shows, you'll never guess who's having a showing of her own this week. Sally Spectra. That's this week? Yeah, the day before yours. Unfortunately, she just was in my office.
Did she give you a preview?
No, but she is very confident about her new line.
It's a term used very loosely in her case, I'm sure.
Well, evidently, it's just about 5 or 6 pieces, but she swears up and down that they are going to be quality originals. Well, you worked for Spectre, huh? Could any of this be possible?
Don't ask me. I'm no expert on Sally Spectra.
But you did know her, though.
Oh, from a distance. A great distance.
Well, I gotta run.
Yeah, me too.
See y'all later.
Excuse me.
Bye-bye, Clarke.
He's in a strange mood, isn't he?
Clarke?
He's been that way for the last couple of weeks.
What way?
Oh, I don't know, moodied, preoccupied with something.
Aren't we all?
Well, I'm sure it will pass. Caroline, it was so good seeing you again.
It was nice to see you,
Drop
too.
by and see me.
I would love to. Hi.
Hi. You here to see Thorne?
If it'll make you more comfortable, I'll say that I am.
I have a meeting.
In here?
No, down at the auditorium.
Oh, well, would it be all right if I use your office? I'd like to make a couple of phone calls.
Sure, no problem. Well, I'll see you at home.
Okay.
Excuse me, can I help you?
Oh, hi.
Brooke Logan.
Mr. Spencer, how are you?
It's a pleasure. How are you? Have you been?
Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Do you know where Caroline is?
Actually, she was looking for you.
Where?
At Forrester.
Well, do you know what she wanted?
No, I have no idea. Look, come on inside. So, how's your family?
Well, I just talked to Mom and Dad the other day, and they're doing just fine.
Yes. Paris in the spring. And, Storm?
Well, he's spending a lot of time in San Francisco.
Good. And, excuse me, you have, 2 sisters. I'm sorry, I forget their names.
Katie and Donna.
Donna. And how are they?
Katie's okay. And Donna, I hardly ever see her anymore. I guess she's okay, too.
Good. And, of course, there's you and Ridge.
Yes. We are doing wonderfully.
You sound very, very happy.
Oh, yes, I am.
Am I to assume that there's a wedding in the future?
Well, I guess that's a pretty good assumption.
That's marvelous.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
You know that we're all very happy about that. You know that.
Yes, I do know that. Well, I better be going because I really want to catch up with Caroline.
Absolutely. You look lovely as ever.
Thank you.
Ridge is very lucky.
So am I, Mr. Spencer. So am I.
Yes, Brooke Logan, you marry him. Just keep Ridge the hell away from my daughter.
She's not down there? Oh. Well, I guess that means that she's not in the building either. Yes, Art, I did. I tried her at work, but she's not there. I thought maybe she would be here. No, you don't need to tell Rich that I'm looking for her. It's not that big a deal. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye.
Ridge, I have your copy of the Caroline.
Hi, Eric.
Where's Rich?
He's down in the, auditorium.
You gonna wait for him?
Well, actually, I'm looking for Brooke right now.
Here? She is not at her lab?
No, apparently she took the day off.
Oh, that's right. She had a doctor's appointment today.
Then you know about everything?
About her problems with her pregnancy? Yes, I do. Stephanie told me.
Do you know how her appointment went?
No, I don't. Not yet. Caroline, I don't think Ridge knows about any of this, and I see no reason for either one of us to tell him. Do you?
Yes, I do. I think that Rich should know.
Well, I think Brooke will tell him all about it when she sees him tonight.
Yeah, well, if everything's okay with the baby, I'm sure she will.
What is it you're implying, Caroline?
Oh, Brooke's known about these complications for days now, and she hasn't even mentioned it to Ridge.
Well, I think maybe she didn't want him to worry.
Do you honestly believe that? Because I don't.
What do you believe, Caroline? Or is that something you'd rather not discuss with your father-in-law?
Where have you been?
Why don't you just move right in this office?
I asked you a question, Clarke.
I was in the men's room. Do you mind?
You know, I really don't enjoy this.
It has absolutely nothing to do with you.
The hell it doesn't.
Margo, I'm the one who did those designs for Spectre. It has nothing to do with you whatsoever.
Just knowing about it involves me. What you're doing is so counterproductive and disloyal to Forrester.
I had no choice, Margo. I had no choice. But if it's any consolation, it'll all be over by the end of this week. I'll never have to see that woman again.
Oh, if you believe that, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you, too. Just answer a question for me. Will you do that? Okay. These designs that you're passing off as Forrester originals, tell me what happens when Sally Spectre finds out that not one of them is part of our collection?
What I believe is that Brooke is afraid.
Afraid?
Of what will happen if she loses this baby.
Well, that's only natural, don't you think?
Yes, it's natural to be afraid of having a miscarriage, of course. I mean, that must be a terribly horrible experience. But her fears go way beyond that.
Caroline, I want you to explain to me exactly what you mean by that.
If Brooke loses this baby, she's afraid she'll lose Ridge.
Has she ever said that to you?
It's obvious. Why else would she not have told Ridge about all of this? I mean, he's supposed to be her greatest support.
Why do you think she fears losing him?
Well, maybe that relationship just isn't as strong as everyone seems to think it is.
Do you think it's strong?
No, I don't. But you do. And Stephanie certainly does. And for some reason, the two of you have a lot invested in keeping Brooke with Ridge.
They're expecting a child together, Caroline.
Would you feel any differently if they weren't? Okay, why? What is the reason that you and Stephanie have that makes you so determined to keep them together?
May I interrupt?
Yes, of course, Brooke. Come in.
Where's Ridge?
He's, down in the auditorium. You can find him down there if you like.
No, I'll wait up here. With Caroline.
All right. There, now how's that?
A little more in the waist.
All right.
Louise, would you take up the ham just another quarter of an inch for me, please?
Yes, sir.
Ah, this is fabulous.
They're all fabulous.
All right, look. How's that?
Much better.
Okay, good. That's it. Let's get it right down to cutting. Louise, tell Peter it's on the way, will you, please?
Bye, Louise. Dad, could I ask you a question?
Sure. A quick one?
When am I going to be fitted for the grand finale?
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Dad, I haven't even seen the dress, much less worn it.
And you won't see it until just before the showing.
That's risky.
Honey, I know your measurements better than I know my own. Trust me, it'll fit you like a glove.
A bodysuit?
No, and don't bother guessing.
But it's something fitted.
Look, will you stop? You're never going to guess what it is.
What's the big mystery?
It's not a mystery. It's a surprise. It's a surprise for my beautiful, enchanting daughter.
This is gonna drive me crazy.
I think you are so happy in your life right now that nothing could drive you crazy.
Yes, I guess you're right.
I know.
I am happy.
Now, you get that tush of yours down to the cutting room, all right? Peter has already bitten his nails to the knuckles, and I'm running behind.
Okay. Why was Caroline here earlier?
She wanted to see Brooke for some reason. Will you go?
Okay.
Any particular reason you're in here?
In here? No. As a matter of fact, there isn't.
You came to see Ridge?
Not really.
Oh. Well, then you got confused and you thought this was Thorne's office.
No, I didn't think this was Thorne's office. And I didn't come by to see him either.
Eric?
You, Brooke.
Me? Well, must have been pretty important for you to come all the way over to Forrester just to see me.
Well, I tried your work first.
I went to see the doctor.
Oh? Well, why didn't you go back to work after that?
Because what the doctor had to say was far too significant for me to go back to work.
All right, Brooke. Are you going to tell me what's going on with your pregnancy? Or are we going to sit here and play this little game a little longer?
Maybe I don't have to tell you anything at all. After all, this is between me and Ridge.
And yet, you haven't told Ridge that you're having any problems at all. Now, why is that?
That's what I love about you, Margo. You're always anxious to look at the downside of everything.
And you're always hiding your head in the sand.
I'll worry about Sally Spectra if and when it becomes necessary.
Clarke, she thinks the designs you gave her are part of our collection. Now, I don't know what she has on you, but you can bet she's gonna cash in when she finds out she's been had. Clarke, it's inevitable. And you're a fool to ignore it.
What Ridge and I talk about is truly none of your business. I assume that's the real reason you're here, is to see what Ridge does and does not know about this pregnancy, and to fill him in on the missing details.
Well, it does have a right to know, wouldn't you agree?
Of course.
Then why haven't you told him about any of the problems that you're having?
His biggest professional responsibility is coming up in 48 hours. Why should I burden him with this?
Because this is his baby as well as yours. And from what I understand, it's very possible that you might be losing it.
And it's also possible that I won't be.
Well, if that were really true, then you would have told him already.
Maybe that's why I'm here.
Is it?
Certainly a different ballgame, isn't it?
You know, Brooke, despite my feelings for you and my feelings about this entire situation, I would not, and I do not wish for you to have a miscarriage.
Even though it will solve all your problems?
Oh, so you're willing to admit that without this baby, your relationship with Ridge is tenuous at best.
Well, now that is one question I will never have to answer.
Why not?
When I went to the doctor earlier, he did an ultrasound. I could see my baby, Caroline. So, it turns out, I didn't miscarry after all. My baby is very much alive.
The die is cast, Margo. There's nothing I can do about it.
You don't have a plan in mind?
I'm just trying to keep my head above water. Now, would you just back off?
Okay. Okay, that's just fine. Just leave it as your problem. Just make sure it doesn't become my problem.
It's not going to be anyone's problem.
No, not until Sally Spectra finds out that the designs aren't part of the fall collection. They're probably right now in full-scale production.
You know something? None of this would have happened if you hadn't squeezed me for $100 grand.
Don't even start.
You know that it's true.
You made your bed, now you can lie in it. You went ahead and you borrowed money from your wife to support our baby. Now, I thought that was the ultimate in tackiness, but no. Then you go to the lowest of low, Sally Spectra, to borrow money to pay back your wife. You lied to your wife. You lied to Sally. Clarke, how much longer is this going to go on?
Like you said, it's my problem.
What? What? Why do you do this? Why? Don't you realize that there are people who care about you? People who could help you?
Who, Margo? Who are those people? And how the hell are they going to help me?
I know a woman. I know a woman who would have done anything for you if you'd only come to her. But no, you had to depend on clever maneuvering, lying and plotting. Well, where has that left you? What's going to happen on the day of the showing when Spectra finds out they've invested a fortune in one of your lies? You know, they're not very nice people. I shiver to think what they could do to you.
What's going on here?
I was just telling Caroline the good news.
What good news?
I had a doctor's appointment today.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it was a routine checkup. But by using the ultrasound, I could see our baby, Rich, on a TV monitor.
Really?
Yes, I could see its heart beating.
That's something, isn't it?
The baby's alive, Rich. Alive and growing. Our baby.
It's incredible to think about.